it's that time. It's time for the combined Quantron here at the end of Quantron Week. Hope you all are having a good week. Hope you've been enjoying the videos as we go along this week. And now I'm going to start off these guys. The instructions. The instructions for this guy are okay, but there's some bits that are a little vague. They just say like move this part, but they're not real specific about where or how, and the arrows don't really. The perspective on the arrows doesn't really help much. The instructions show how to turn all these guys into limb mode from robot mode. For the sake of expediency and getting to the combined mode, I have gotten... I've turned everybody into the easiest mode to get them into limb mode. So like Celeritas and Nose Cone and Metal Storm here, we're going to start off in vehicle mode. Blind Fire and Overheat will start in robot mode. I just feel like those are the easier forms to start with to get to combined mode. So with Metal Storm, we'll just get right to torso mode. Basically, the first thing you want to do is like pull all the weapons and accessories off of all the figures. It's going to make it a lot easier. So basically, we're just going to pull this off. We're going to flip this up around here, unpeg the legs here, and bring the waist down and the legs up. And again, in spaceship mode, these hip covers are already around to the front where they should be for combined mode. Take that up. We're going to flip this back around to the back of the robot. And again, we're just going to peg that in right here. And you can see we're already most of the way to torso mode. Most of the work we're going to do here is down in the legs. Turn his combined mode head around like this, up here on the top, and fold the arm connectors down. And that's really all we need to do up top on Quantron here. For the legs, I'm going to bring them around like this, except this time what we're going to do is, actually I think I want to bring them around like this. These pieces, you kind of have to unclip them. They latch into place from each side. But this maroon piece you want to unclip, and it's just going to kind of collapse. You can see it's going to collapse up and around to cover up the upper thigh here. And the wing bit also slides up here. You can see you want to bring the foot, like I said, here's that ratchet I was telling you about earlier. But bring this back, and then this whole piece slides up like that. And then the wings come around like this. You see that peg is going to peg on here. Much like in robot mode, you just kind of fold these up onto the side of the leg there. Everything snaps into place. That should tab in a little better. That's this hinge back here. Being a patoot. There we go. You just kind of put your thumb on these two hinges and squeeze. This hinge should line up properly to allow that to peg on. Yeah, just kind of fold that back out of the way for now. And you can see here's where we're going to attach the legs. This is going to become his knees in combined mode. So you're going to rotate that around like that. Get it off the peg here on either side. And then once that's done, rotate it up. Oh, come on. There we go. And slide that up. Come on. Slide it up like that. Ratchet that. Ratchet enough so you can get that foot back and fold it out of the way. Slide this whole assembly up into the leg as well. And then fold the wing around. Again, it also helps if you square that off before you fold it forward. It'll also tab in very well as well. Snap it onto place. Lock it on. And there, for right now, is the torso mode Quantron. Don't get it too white there. There we go. So we'll set him off to the side for right now. Sonic Drill. Now, in each of the feet, here are the combiner mode feet. Let's bring it down a little bit. And maybe not quite so bright. There are arm-specific connectors on all of these things. Arm and leg specific connector. So you open this up. Here's the left hand, and I try to stick the left hand into the left foot. Although again, the feet, you could put the feet on either leg, but so this is going to be his left foot with overheat, or with sonic drill. I go ahead and put the left hand in there. But the hands are stored right in there. These are the connectors that will connect to overheat, and you can swap these if you'd rather have blind fire and overheat on opposite arms. All you have to do is unscrew these, and you can swap out this piece to swap the hands. Otherwise, they're not going to look right because they are connector specific. And this is the connector that's going to go on sonic drill, who we'll deal with next. So we'll put the hand over here, and we're going to go to sonic drill. Now, sonic drill, like I said, I'm starting him off in vehicle mode. Way easier to go to limb mode here because all we're going to be basically doing is swapping the position of the drill and these searchlights. So just pop these searchlights off here. And then take the drill, split the bottom of the tank here so these come untabbed, and then just take the middle section of the drill, rotate it up, and these sections here on this piece that I said was blocking the cockpit, these right here are now going to tab into where the spotlights were. And just plug it in just like that. That angles the cone forward. It's going to be kind of his knee spike, just like that. Then we're going to take these. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Basically, this little L-shaped connector on the, make sure I've got it right. Is that right? No. I think I had it right the first time. Okay, here we go. This tab right here is going to tab in where the drill was, and then this L-shaped tab is going to tab in to the foot in this little L-shaped slot. And you can do that here. You can do it down on the foot. However you do it. But once you got this tabbed in here, like that's how it's going to tab in here. It also attaches down here. You see these little clips right here clip in onto the bar. So when it's all said and done, you should have... Oh, actually, this is the wrong side. You want to, before we do anything else, pop this back off here. This piece needs to rotate. This hole should be at the back because this little divot piece right here is what's going to attach. It makes room for this waist piece. So make sure this is facing the other way. And this is where your fingers are going to hurt because that's a tight little ball joint. And then take the proper piece and snap it onto this side. And you can see, yeah, there you can see where the slot up here tabs in. So basically these are going to help become the foot connector. Now you can I find it's easier to snip these on first. You can attach these to the bottom of the tank and then clip the whole assembly around this foot piece. But I find it's easier to put these on first and then take the tank. And again, these tabs right here go in here, and then we're going to tab these L-shaped tabs around those on the spotlight. So you just open these up a little bit, tab this into place. Come on. There we go. Get the other side on. Why don't you want to tab in there? There we go. Tab that on, and then tab that together. Now, some people complain that like this comes loose, and if you get everything lined up right, it should be okay. Now, I've had issues where it's coming. You can see it like just grabbing it up here and moving it is wiggling loose. But if you grab them down here by the ankle and move it, you should be fine. I've had it tighter than that, and I feel like I've lucked out because like it's not super tight like some people's, but it's not also falling apart like some people's. So I'm kind of in the middle there. And there may be something I can tweak up here to tighten these knees up and make this sit a little better. Some people have put some paper behind the feet because part of the reason these are coming loose is because the foot pushes into the tread a little bit more than it should. But it's entirely up to you. There's all sorts of fixes. I may try some of them. But for right now, mine holds well enough that I can do with it. So there's the leg, and we're just going to set that off to the side for right now. Solaritas, the other leg, is going to start off in vehicle mode, and he's pretty easy. Basically, all we're going to do here is the legs. We're going to take we have the guns off already. We're going to go ahead and take those ammo clips off, like I mentioned earlier, and attach them to his guns, because that's how they're going to attach. Come on, clip on. There we go. So clip those on. And then the legs, we're going to unpeg them here and rotate them at the thigh swivel together like this. And you can see here's where those wheels now peg together. And then the feet, you can see this little tab here on the feet, you kind of wiggle together as well. So get that together, and they tab together under here, and there's the lower half. Although I should have, before I did that, I should have pulled the foot out. Because again, pull the right hand out, this is going to attach to blind fire. Bring this up, and he's got some clips right here. They're going to clip in on the legs. Yeah, come here. Clip in right here on these little clip points. So you just take this and clip that onto one side of the leg, and then combine them together like I just did. And then peg the feet together. And then up here, basically these bits on the back of the car end up pegging into these slots right here. So we got to make that happen. And it's just a matter of you unpeg, you bring this down a little bit like this, unpeg these right here, and you kind of rotate it on this swivelly piece. That bring the elbow down. You want this elbow piece up here, but oh, here we go. Because I'm pretty sure you want this piece to tab in here, but you also want these to stay up, and then this piece is going to slot. Oh, here we go. It's like that. I was trying to plug it in this way. It plugs in this way. So tab it in like this, and then you got to bring the elbow. You have to bend the elbow differently. See that tabbed on. So bring it around, pull the elbow down, rotate the elbow around, and bring it down. So this pegs in here. Come on. Should keep rotating here. There we go. Tab it in like this, and then this is going to tab in right under here. Like that. That's one side down, and then the spoiler is going to sit like this on top. And do the same thing over here. Just get it in so this comes down, and then get that peg in there, and then these all peg together. This is the intricate part of getting all this stuff together. You tab this in to the back here. Get that in, tab the arms together right here, tab these pieces together right here, and then these pieces right here, there's little tabs here that should also slot into this gray piece when all's lined up properly, like that. So this is just some finagling here to get all these tabs lined up. Yeah, come on. Nope, now we missed that one. Okay. Let's see if I can get these tabbed in here first. There we go. Nope, still missing it. Come on, don't be a dink. This should have been easier than this. I thought this was going to be one of the quicker ones because I started them off in car mode, but no, we're going to make this as much of a pain in the patoot as possible here. There we go. Now everything's on. There we go. Tabs are in there. Tabs are in here. And here's the part that I don't trust so much, because you got all this locked together, and what holds this whole assembly together is these two tiny little clear tabs on the feet. I do not trust that. I haven't had any issues with it, but there's a couple little slots carved out here on the purple that these peg into. Like that. They peg over that. And that's what holds this whole thing together. And that is scary as crap. Just these thin little clear plastic bits are holding this whole assembly together, especially since here's the ratchet for the knee. So there's that. It works, like I said. Sometimes it'll pop loose, but I don't see any stress cracks or anything in there. But it is a little creepy to have that be the connection point on the leg. But so there's his right leg. Going on to overheat here. Now this is where for the most part, the legs stay the same, aside from rotating the feet to that weird position where they fold in like that. Is that it? Or is it all the way around? Oh, no, I did it backwards. Same slot, but you rotate the other way. So they sit right here on the underside of the foot. And same over here. And then here's where the hand's going to go. And this one, unlike Blind Fire, this one you do actually have to snap in. Again, he's got some clips and some posts in there. So make sure that clips in and peg the leg together. Oh, come on. I have a feeling this clip's just not lining up right. What is your problem here? Oh, let's try it the other way then. Let's clip you on. Oh, maybe this was facing the wrong way. I don't know. Oh, that was the problem. If the fist, see how wide that is. You want to make sure that's this way, so there's enough room for that to clip. There we go. That was my problem. I just didn't have it. Yeah, see, very easy when you have everything lined up properly. So just like that. There's his hand, and then underneath here. Well, let's get to the rest of the arm mode, and then we'll get to this. Before you put the legs together. The piston comes down. These little divots in his knees, these little silver bits fit in there. So you bring the piston down. You don't have to bring it all the way down. It will adjust itself once you get it all in. Just bring it down just enough to peg into the leg there. And then same over here. Then peg the whole leg together. Just like that. And see now that piston moves when you move his arm. So that's cool. So there's the top part of his arm. Obviously you rotate this around to, this is where the arm connector is. Bring his head down. Fold the arms up as if you're going back to vehicle mode here. I rotate the wrist around. Flip it around. Come here, you. There we go. Nope, rotate. There we go. Fold that down. Like that. Get it all together. Good. And same over here. Flip it up. Rotate it. Elbow up. There we go. Hold his head down. Fold these around the head like this, except these wheels, one comes up, one comes down. I believe it's solid one up, but you can bring the solid. You can do it either way you want. One of them is going to be facing the solid red part forward. You can choose which one it is. Close that around it, and then bring these around. And is it just maybe these? Yeah, these just kind of go up here. And then on this side, under here, on the other side of the feet, the cannon pieces, the foot. You can see there's a couple little grooves here. You can slide it over the foot like this. Come on. There we go. Slide over the foot. Attach the gun up here like this. And then slide this one in over the other foot. Get it flat here. and plug it into the gun. And then you've got storage for his weapon here on the back of his arm. And so there's a overheat in limb mode. And then we're going to go to blind fire here. And blind fire, flip his feet up around and plug them in. Again, pull the piston down and plug it into his leg. Yeah, come on. There we go. Put his legs together. There we go. Just like that. Flip this up over his head, or turn his head around, I guess. That helps. Flip this up over. Here's his connector port. His feet are going to be in the front here of the arm. Flip these down like this. Fold his elbows up like this. And then from here, I've got the guns attached to the blades here. You want to actually go ahead and pull those off. These you attach into his hand like this, and then this little hinge tabs into it like that. So he's holding on to one side of it and he's tabbing it in there. And then same over here. Pull it in. Oh, wrong way. Come on, there we go. Tab it in. Tab it on there like that. And then the guns tab onto the slots here. No, the guns actually tab in. Come on. Oh, I guess you could. No, those aren't. Ignore me. I'm talking. I'm babbling. Come on. All right. There we go. Tab the gun in. Tab the gun in. Like that. And then the fist, his fist, you don't have to attach beforehand. It actually clips right on this bit in the middle. You just clip it on. And then there is blind fire in limb mode. And now we just combine them. So on the legs, you can see there's this little T-joint here. And this little slot here. So you just kind of, it takes a little bit of angling it in, but you just slide that on. And then you can fold this piece down. And thanks to that ratchet, this piece, it doesn't peg in or anything, but it does sit pretty securely there behind the leg. So there's overheat on. Same thing over here with Celeritas, although you do have to kind of pull his hands a bit out of the way to get enough room to get this in there. And slide him on. And we are legged. Come up to the top here. Let me see if I can extend the legs on my tripod here. Get a little better angle on the combined mode here. There we go. So focus. Lock it in. Bring them up. There we go. And now these, they say to push these tabs in, the clicky tabs in, as you attach them. It's a little rough, but what I found is if you kind of hook it around the back to push the back one in, and then just use your thumb to push the front one in, you can then slide it on and lock it into place. So there's one arm on, and same thing over here with overheat. Come on. So maybe get this out of the way here. I guess maybe we can fold those around the other way. Put them out of the way. There we go. See, and then you see this clip already came undone. Down here on Celeritas, there we go. Clip them back together. Stand them up tall. And there's Quantron combined. And we take this, for right now, this can just sit back here on the back. Celeritas' pistols can go right here on his legs. Just tab them on like that. And then as for weaponry, the handle we pulled out earlier, these two guns and this actually all combine. I plug this in, this slot tabs onto here. This piece tabs in here under the stock of the rifle here. And then this piece here and here tabs on exactly the same. That was all out of frame. All right, so anyway, you take this piece from the underside of the giant bit, tab this on here, and then tab this piece on right down here, and then tab this piece on here, here, and here, and then fold this handle down, and that gives you his rifle, which you can hold in his hand. And there he is, more or less combined. Let's back up here and get a better shot of him, maybe. There we go, focus up. Pretty cool. Quick size comparison. We'll show them off here with Vance Projects M3 Intimidator. Whoop, yeah. Everything's going nuts here. This is a long video. And just as a size comparison with one of the limbots, here he is next to Ripper, so you can see just how much larger he is all combined than one of the limbs. And just real quick on the weaponry, you've got this gun here, obviously. You can now you can use this handle to attach to the bow part to have him hold it as a crossbow. It does also perform the same function in his hand. If we pull this off, you can pull Blindfire's hand off. Come on. And this can actually peg right in there somehow. Maybe bring this down. Oh, here we go. Yeah, like this. You can slide. You slide this gray part down, and these little bits are going to slide into his hand. So you can give him, instead of just holding it like a gun, you can actually attach the cannon as a giant cannon to his arm. As well as the fact that, come on, oh, come out of here. If you take this piece off, and this piece you just kind of squeeze here to pull these tabs out, and then just pull this whole piece back. Come here, you. There we go. Just pop this part off, open it up, slide these out, open it up, and then these two tabs, gotta put his fist back on, tab into the back of his fist, like this, pull his hand up. And tab onto the back of his fist, which gives him his bow, and you can have him hold it like that, or you can, like you've seen in many of the shots, this extends, and these handles here flip out, so you can have him hold like a giant bow and arrow, which is really cool when you get it working. So that, like he's got some pegs here that will fit on his hand. Okay, you might have to bring this forward a little bit to get it to fit. Peg his hand on here. Come on. And then bring it up. I find it helps if you peg this hand on first and then position it so this comes back and pegs into his arm back here. Oh, come on. Man, I had this the other night. Here we go. Maybe shorten this up a little bit. Maybe that'll help. There we go. shorten the bow a little bit so we can hold it properly. And you can peg that on there and have him hold the bow. Have him sight down it if you want. So yeah, he's got all kinds of weaponry. Very cool figure. Like I said, I almost skipped out on him. I got Ripper, and I really like Ripper, and even if this didn't come out, like I could live with Ripper on his own. But this guy is actually really cool, and I'm glad I picked him up. It is Maketoys Quantron, wrapping up Quantron Reek with a long look at his combined mode here. It's actually not quite as bad to get him combined when you're not reaching around a camera. I got him combined in like 10 minutes the other day. So it's just a matter of just knowing what you're doing and not having to constantly focus on keeping things in focus and in frame and all that stuff. But yeah, he's a pretty cool figure. If you got the money, I do recommend picking him up. He's a nice counterpart to Intimidator. I think he looks pretty cool.